Let's get real, your biggest enemy isn't your boss, it isn't your partner, it isn't the economy. It's you. Yeah, you. The voice in your head that talks you out of every dream you ever had. The one that tells you, I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow ever fucking comes. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of your problems aren't because life isn't fair, it's because you're losing the war with yourself every damn day. You settle for good enough, you trade your potential for comfort, and you let doubt and laziness choke the life out of your ambition. And the worst part, you fucking know it. You've got dreams you've buried under excuses. You've got potential rotting away because you're too busy scrolling, numbing, waiting for some miracle that's never coming. The silent war inside you is not silent at all. It's loud, it's brutal, and right now you're losing. But here's the good news, wars can be won. And this one, it starts with a decision. Not tomorrow, and not next week, right now. Here's a challenge for you tonight. For just 5 minutes, sit quietly. Listen not to the world, not to notifications, not to your fears, but to the conversation between the you that wants to move forward and the you that wants to hide. Observe it, name it, confront it. Awareness is the first weapon you have in this silent war. And here's a secret most never learn. Growth doesn't wait. Mastery is impatient. Every second you ignore the dialogue within, the war intensifies. Doubt grows louder, discipline weakens, conflict deepens. But if you can learn to see this war for what it is, to meet it with awareness instead of fear, everything changes. Tonight, make a choice. Will you let the quiet enemy win? Or will you finally step into the arena armed with clarity, discipline, and the courage to face yourself? Because once you acknowledge the battlefield, nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever feel the same again. Think about one small area in your life where you've been stuck. Keep that in mind as we continue, and notice how the strategies in the next parts directly target it. Yesterday, you heard the whispers. You felt that tension inside, the tug of war between fear and ambition, comfort and growth. Today, we're going deeper, because if part 1 was the wake-up call, part 2 is the mirror, and mirrors don't lie. Here's the hard truth. The war inside you isn't polite. It doesn't give warnings. It doesn't announce itself with banners. Instead, it creeps in slowly, subtly shaping your decisions, your relationships, your work, your sense of self. One moment, you're confident. The next, a single doubt derails your progress. That's the silent war in action. Think about it. How many opportunities have slipped through your fingers, not because they weren't there, but because your mind decided you weren't ready? How many mornings have you woken up with resolve, only to see the day swallowed by hesitation, procrastination, or excuses? That's not failure, it's sabotage. It's the battlefield of your inner self, where every thought is a potential ally or enemy. Now, here's where most people fail. They fight the world while ignoring themselves. They think success is a matter of strategy, skill, or luck. But the truth is, the enemy that can destroy you faster than any external force is the version of you that doubts, fears, or settles for less. And the stakes, everything, your dreams, your potential, your life as you imagine it. But there is hope. The first step is awareness, which we touched on yesterday, but now we must go further. Awareness isn't just noticing thoughts, it's noticing patterns. It's recognizing the moments when fear masquerades as logic, when comfort disguises itself as self-care, and when doubt wears the costume of caution. Every time you catch these patterns, you reclaim a piece of the battlefield. Here's a small exercise today. During a quiet moment, write down one recurring thought that has held you back for months or even years. Trace it back to its origin. Is it really yours? Or is it the echo of someone else's expectations, someone else's fear, or a past failure you've never fully processed? Understanding the enemy is half the battle. Remember, discipline isn't about punishment, it's about alignment. Mastery isn't about perfection, it's about facing yourself honestly and persistently. Conflict inside you isn't a curse, it's a guide, showing you exactly where to grow, exactly where to fight. And the more you confront it, the clearer your path becomes. In the next part, we'll start turning these insights into action. We'll expose the methods your inner self uses to resist growth and how to overcome them. But for now, hold this thought. The war is real, the stakes are high, and every conscious step you take is a victory waiting to be claimed. By now, you've begun to see the battlefield. You felt the tug of war inside, recognized the patterns, and acknowledged the enemy you never wanted to face yourself. But awareness alone isn't enough. Awareness is like knowing the storm is coming, you still need a plan to weather it. So, how do you fight an enemy who lives inside you? How do you conquer doubts that whisper at the edge of every decision, or discipline that falters when life gets uncomfortable? The answer lies in small, deliberate victories. Here's an example you might relate to. Imagine someone who dreams of starting a business. Every day, fear tells them you're not ready. You'll fail. Stick to what's safe. But then, they take one small action, writing a plan, making a single call, posting their first idea online. That tiny act, it's a battlefield victory. The inner war has intended, but momentum has shifted. That's how mastery grows, battle by battle, choice by choice. The inner saboteur often appears as comparison. You watch others succeed, and suddenly your confidence arose. But here's the secret. Every successful person has wrestled with their own silent war. They faced doubt, procrastination, and fear of judgment. They didn't stop, they learned to outsmart the inner conflict by creating consistent, disciplined habits. Here's a strategy to try today. Identify one limiting thought that surfaces repeatedly: I can't, I'm not enough, I'll never make it. Then confront it with evidence. Ask yourself, have I ever overcome a challenge before? Have I grown despite fear? What proof do I have that this thought is a lie? Every time you challenge the internal narrative, you reclaim territory in the war. Another tool is structured reflection. End your day with 2 questions. What victories did I win today, however small? Where did doubt or fear try to control me, and how did I respond? This practice turns the invisible war into tangible progress. It transforms anxiety into actionable insight and hesitation into strategy. Remember, the silent war is ongoing. It's relentless, but it's also predictable. And predictability is power. By observing, confronting, and acting intentionally, you start turning the tide in your favor. Growth, discipline, and mastery are not abstract, they are earned. Step by step. In part 4, we'll explore the moments when doubt hits hardest, when the enemy seems undefeatable, and reveal the mindset shifts that make victory inevitable. But for now, remember this: every small act of courage is a signal to your inner saboteur that it no longer has control. You're learning to fight and to win. By now, you've learned to recognize the enemy, celebrate small victories, and challenge the stories your mind tells you. But there's a phase most people never survive, the crisis point when doubt, fear, and exhaustion collide, and it feels like surrender is the only option. This is where the silent war strikes hardest. Picture it: you've started a project, committed to a habit, or chased a dream, and suddenly, the weight of your inner conflict grows unbearable. Every excuse seems reasonable. Every fear feels true. And yet, these are the moments that define who wins the war. Not when things are easy, but when things feel impossible. Here's the truth: your inner saboteur thrives in your moments of doubt. It preys on fatigue, uncertainty, and self-criticism. But there's a counter weapon named mindset shift, so subtle, yet so powerful, it changes the trajectory of your inner battle: ownership. Own every thought, every fear, every hesitation. Call it out. Name it. Refuse to let it dictate your choices. Real people who rise above this war understand this principle. They face late nights, failed attempts, and harsh judgments, and they continue. Their victories aren't always visible, but every time they refuse to surrender, they strengthen their internal army. You don't need to be famous or exceptional. You need consistency, courage, and awareness. Here's a practical exercise for this phase. Identify one area where doubt paralyzes you the most. Write down the fear, then write down a countercation, one small step you can take today to fight. No matter how tiny, it signals to your inner saboteur that it no longer controls you. Discipline, after all, is nothing more than repeated acts of defiance against inertia. Another essential mindset: reframe failure as intelligence. Every time you stumble, every time doubt wins a battle, it is not proof of weakness, it's information. Analyze it, learn from it, adjust your strategy. The war is not lost by mistakes, it is lost by ignoring them. Tonight, as you reflect, remember this: the silent war is relentless, yes, but it is predictable. And predictability is power. The more you confront it, the more you understand it, the more you strengthen your discipline and your mastery. You are no longer a passive participant, you are a commander of your mind, armed with awareness, strategy, and courage. In part 5, we'll reveal how to turn these lessons into unstoppable momentum, claim consistent victories, and make the silent work for you rather than against you. Here we are at the final stage of the silent war. You've seen the battlefield, recognized the enemy, and learned to take small victories. But the truth is, mastery isn't just about surviving the conflict, it's about turning the war into a source of unstoppable momentum. Every decision, every act of discipline, every moment you resist out compounds. The inner voice that once whispered, "You can't," now grows quieter, drowned out by confidence, awareness, and the rhythm of deliberate action. The more battles you win, the easier it becomes to confront the next challenge. Growth becomes inevitable. Progress becomes measurable. Mastery becomes a habit, not an aspiration. Here's the secret to sustaining this momentum: consistency over intensity. You don't need monumental effort every day. What you need is relentless commitment, the courage to face yourself even when the world isn't watching, and the clarity to identify the moments when doubt tries to sneak in. Every disciplined act, no matter how small, is a message: I control my mind. I choose my destiny. And here's a final insight that separates those who succeed from those who stagnate. Your inner conflict is a teacher, not an enemy. The doubts, fears, and hesitations reveal the exact areas where growth is possible. Observe them, learn from them, act deliberately, and then repeat. Each cycle strengthens your mastery, your awareness, and your resilience. Before we end, one question: have you ever wondered if the ways you hold yourself back are invisible even to you? If so, I have a recommendation. Check out our next video, Are You Sabotaging Yourself Without Knowing It?, which explores the hidden ways your mind can work against your goals and how to reclaim control. Recommended keywords: mental health, self-help, self-sabotage. Finally, if this journey through the silent war resonates with you, take a step today, subscribe to Wisdom Recorder, and like this video. Stay connected because we uncover strategies, insights, and truths to help you win every battle within yourself. Remember, awareness, discipline, and growth are within your reach. This is your mind to master it.